In this video, we'll be taking a look at 4 NFL games happening on November 23, 2025, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games, so 8 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 4 NFL games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start: if you would like to gain access to our best exclusive sports picks to take your journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer our best single picks, parlay picks, and much more. Now let's get started. Cleveland Browns versus Las Vegas Raiders. A matchup between two of the league's most underwhelming teams takes place as the Las Vegas Raiders host the Cleveland Browns. While this game doesn't hold any playoff significance, it does offer some intrigue, as it marks Shedeur Sanders' first career start for Cleveland. Sanders takes over after Joe Flacco was traded and Dillon Gabriel suffered an injury. He had a tough debut last week, stepping in for Gabriel, and it's safe to say it didn't go well. Sanders completed just 4 of 16 passes for 47 yards, throwing multiple turnovers and taking 2 sacks. He appeared overwhelmed during the preseason, and as a 5th-round pick, there's a reason for the skepticism. Now, Sanders faces an underrated Raiders defense, with Max Crosby poised to give him serious problems. Las Vegas has been disappointing this season, but the contrast here is clear. Geno Smith, a seasoned veteran, faces a rookie quarterback in an offense struggling to generate any real production. Even if Sanders showed promise, his prospects would still look grim, considering the poor offensive line and lack of reliable weapons at his disposal. Jerry Jeudy has never been a #1 receiver, and there's little to no ground game in Cleveland. On top of that, the Browns are winless on the road this season, with 4 of their 5 losses coming by at least 14 points. Their only loss within 14 points was a 7-point defeat to the lowly Jets. The Raiders have had a tough schedule this year and have lost multiple games by just 1 point. With all that in mind, I still don't think the Raiders are in a position to lay points against anyone right now. Las Vegas has been less effective than expected at home this season. While the Browns remain solid defensively, the hype around Sanders' first NFL start could rally Cleveland, making them competitive in a low-scoring, ugly game. As our first pick for this matchup, the Cleveland Browns to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Both teams share identical overall records with just 2 wins each this season, but Cleveland has yet to win on the road. Both also struggle to cover the spread, as Cleveland is 4-6 and Las Vegas is 3-6-1 against the spread this season. These two teams feature the worst offenses in the league, scoring a combined average of just 31.7 points per game. Cleveland ranks 29th in scoring, while Las Vegas sits at 30th. The Browns have seen the over hit a 6-4 mark in their 10 games this season. On the road, Cleveland has gone over the total in 3 of their 5 games, though they've only scored more than 17 points once. The Raiders have gone under the total in 6-4 of their 10 games this season. Las Vegas has scored 20 points or fewer in 5 of their last 6 games. The Browns' over-under record against the Raiders is 3-7 in their last 10 matchups. Given both teams' reliance on their defenses to win, I'm not expecting much from either offense in this game. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Atlanta Falcons versus New Orleans Saints. The Saints are at home and coming off a bye week, so it's understandable why some might think they should be favored. However, their recent form doesn't support that. They have struggled on both sides of the ball, losing 12 of their last 14 games. While the Falcons have had their own issues, including back-to-back heartbreaking overtime losses, they are still the better team overall. This is only the second time since last Christmas that the Saints have been favored. New Orleans managed to snap their losing streak with a win over Carolina in their last game and will look to build on that momentum here. With the bye week behind them, they should be healthier for this matchup. Atlanta, on the other hand, has lost 5 games in a row, but the last 3 have been close, with just 10 points separating them from victory. Despite the loss of their starting quarterback Penix Jr., the Falcons still have one of the NFL's top running backs and will now rely on Kirk Cousins under center. Even with the Saints' slight advantage of being at home, I'm not convinced they should be favored here. Their offense is one of the worst in the league, and even with Cousins getting a full week of reps, I expect Atlanta to perform better. The Falcons' defense is capable of forcing mistakes, and their running game remains a strength. Nothing about New Orleans laying points makes sense, and I trust Atlanta more to come through in this game. As our first pick for this matchup, the Atlanta Falcons to cover the spread as underdogs is our full game side pick. Neither team offers much promise on offense. The Falcons entered the season with high hopes, but injuries and lack of depth have derailed their offensive plans. The receiving corps lacks options outside of London, and Penix has failed to meet expectations at quarterback. On top of that, the offensive line has been decimated by injuries. Both tackles Caleb McGarry and Storm Norton are on injured reserve, while guard Matthew Bergeron is listed as questionable for Sunday with an ankle injury. London and Penix won't be playing either, leaving the offense in disarray. In New Orleans, rookie quarterback Tyler Show has stepped in for Spencer Rattler, but the early results have been underwhelming. In 4 appearances, 3 of them starts, Show has completed 61.4% of his passes with 3 touchdowns and 2 interceptions. However, his performances have been far from inspiring. In the 3 games where he has played significant minutes, the Saints scored a total of just 3, 10, and 17 points. Their most recent game before the bye week ended with a 17-7 win over the Panthers, a game that was as uninspiring as it sounds. With both teams struggling offensively, it's hard to see this game being high-scoring. The Saints have only managed 30 points over their last 3 games, so expecting them to suddenly find offensive rhythm seems unlikely. Cousins hasn't been much of an improvement for Atlanta either, and Show remains an unknown. Both teams have been involved in low-scoring games recently, and there's little reason to think this one will be any different. As our second pick for this matchup, under the projected total is our full game total pick. Philadelphia Eagles versus Dallas Cowboys. The Philadelphia Eagles and Dallas Cowboys face off on Sunday at AT&T Stadium in a key National Football Conference East showdown. Over the past month, Philadelphia has seized control of the division, winning 4 consecutive games to improve to 8-2. The Eagles are aiming to become the first team to win back-to-back National Football Conference East titles since 2003 and 2004, when they accomplished that feat. On the other side, the Cowboys are 4-5-1, still fighting to stay alive in the National Football Conference playoff race after their dominant 33-16 win over the Raiders on Monday night. Sitting at the 10th seed in the National Football Conference, Dallas is likely doomed by earlier losses to Carolina and Arizona, which are expected to keep them out of the postseason. The path forward doesn't look much better, as the Cowboys will face the Eagles, Chiefs, and Lions in the next 3 weeks. Dallas has yet to win this season after a victory, going 0-3 in those games. However, the Cowboys are hoping to change that trend, especially after quarterback Dak Prescott threw 4 touchdown passes in the Las Vegas win. In their first meeting this season, the Eagles narrowly defeated the Cowboys 24-20 at Lincoln Financial Field. Dallas managed to cover the 8-point spread, despite a second-half weather delay that wiped out much of the scoring potential. Both quarterbacks, Prescott and Philadelphia's Jalen Hurts, threw for under 200 yards. Hurts has struggled to hit 200 passing yards in 6 games this season. Last year, the Eagles dominated the Cowboys in both matchups, winning by a combined score of 75-13. Although Prescott missed both games due to injury, this season, Dallas has covered the spread twice in 3 underdog games, including their Week 1 loss to Philadelphia. The Eagles are 7-3 against the spread this season, with their only non-cover coming in their win over Dallas. They are 4-1 against the spread as road favorites and 7-2 in this role since last season. Given these trends, the Eagles should be stronger favorites in this matchup. While the Cowboys have shown flashes of offensive success, their defense remains a significant concern. The Eagles' offense has the weapons to exploit Dallas's defensive struggles, and their defensive unit has proven tough in recent games, including holding Detroit, one of the NFL's highest-scoring teams, to just 9 points. Philadelphia's ability to shut down high-powered offenses, combined with their offensive depth, makes them a tough team to bet against in this scenario. As our first pick for this matchup, the Philadelphia Eagles to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The first meeting between these division rivals nearly hit the over on a total of 47.5 points in Week 1. At halftime, the Eagles led the Cowboys 21-20, setting up a promising second half. But a long weather delay stunted the momentum, and the game ended with only 3 points scored in the final 2 quarters, making the final score 24-20 in favor of Philadelphia. Over the past 2 weeks, the Eagles have been involved in 2 unders, with low-scoring victories over Green Bay and Detroit. The Cowboys, meanwhile, rank second in the NFL in scoring but are near the bottom in points allowed per game, making their games unpredictable. Dallas has hit the over in 6 of their last 7 games, with the lone under coming in their 27-17 loss to Arizona. Their defense has shown improvement, allowing an average of 33 points in the first 4 games but dropping that number to 26.8 points per game in the last 6. Philadelphia's offense has been inconsistent this season, often failing to find a rhythm despite the talent at their disposal. The Eagles have been held to 17 points or less in 4 of their last 6 games, but their defense has kept them in games, including a stifling performance against the Packers and Lions, where they allowed just 17 points combined. The Cowboys' offensive firepower, paired with their defensive vulnerabilities, makes for an unpredictable game, but both teams have enough weapons to push the total over 50 points on Sunday. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. Tampa Bay Buccaneers versus Los Angeles Rams. As of Week 12, the Los Angeles Rams and Tampa Bay Buccaneers find themselves on different paths. Los Angeles is fresh off a second straight win, having defeated Seattle 21-19 in a gritty game where their defense forced Sam Darnold, one of the NFL's most efficient quarterbacks, into 4 turnovers, while Matthew Stafford had an underwhelming performance, 15-28, 130 passing yards, 2 touchdowns, and the offense totaled just 249 yards and 12 first downs. The Rams' resilience and adaptability were on full display. This win only reinforced how well coached and complete the Rams are, able to win games in various ways. Heading into Sunday night, they stand 8th in total offensive expected points added and 3rd in total defensive expected points added, marking them as one of the most balanced and talented teams in the league. The Rams are also in a favorable position, having played 2 straight home games. Meanwhile, the Buccaneers' situation is much tougher. Although Tampa Bay remains in first place in the National Football Conference South, their lead is largely due to the lackluster performances of their rivals. It's important to remember that while the Buccaneers started the season strong with a 5-1-0 record, their victories have largely come against teams that are either struggling or mediocre at best: Atlanta, Houston, New York Jets, Seattle, San Francisco, and New Orleans. Only their wins against Seattle and San Francisco stand out, with the 49ers' performance hampered by a significant injury list. Against stronger opponents like Philadelphia, Detroit, New England, and Buffalo, the Bucs have not fared well. Injuries, including those to Bucky Irving and Hassan Reddick, have played a role, although both are trending in the right direction as Week 12 approaches. Despite those injuries, Tampa Bay's recent performances have been subpar, especially on defense. They have dropped 3 of their last 4 games, all to top 10 offenses, allowing a total of 96 points across those contests. This doesn't bode well heading into their matchup with the Rams, who have similar offensive and defensive metrics. The data suggests the Buccaneers could struggle in this game, and the betting market reflects that sentiment. While Tampa Bay will likely fight hard early, the Rams' more complete team should ultimately prove too much to handle. The Rams have won 5 straight games, showcasing their status as one of the National Football Conference's top contenders. Stafford has been excellent, throwing 27 touchdowns with just 2 interceptions, and Kyren Williams adds balance to their ground game. Their defense is elite, ranking 2nd in points allowed and forcing 4 interceptions in their win against Seattle last week. This combination of offensive firepower and defensive strength makes the Rams a tough opponent for the Bucs, who have struggled to defend against big plays through the air. The trends strongly favor Los Angeles as well. They have covered the spread in 8 out of their last 10 meetings with Tampa Bay, consistently finding ways to win. As non-division home favorites of 3 or more points, the Rams are 6-1-0 against the spread, demonstrating their ability to take care of business when expected to win. With Stafford in peak form, Davante Adams and Puka Nacua stretching defenses, and their pass rush wreaking havoc, Los Angeles has all the ingredients to cover the spread in this game. As our first pick for this matchup, the Los Angeles Rams to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. Tampa Bay's offense has been steady this season, aside from one poor outing against Detroit, where injuries and lack of energy contributed to a disappointing 9-point performance. Excluding that game, the Bucs have averaged 28 points per game, making them one of the top 11 offenses in nearly every category. The Rams' offense needs no introduction, with Stafford, Adams, and Nacua leading a high-powered attack that should remain dangerous in this matchup. While the Bucs' defense is known for its ability to stop the run, ranking 10th in the league by allowing just 100.4 rushing yards per game, they have struggled against the pass. Tampa Bay ranks 17th in defensive expected points added per pass and allows a concerning 7.7 yards per pass attempt, which will likely be exposed by Los Angeles' talented receiving core. In their last game, Stafford and the Rams had a less than ideal performance due to heavy rain and wind. This week, however, the forecast in Southern California is clear and mild, offering perfect conditions for the Rams offense to hit its stride. Both teams have solid defenses, but the real story here is the offensive efficiency. Expect both quarterbacks to air it out in what should be an exciting, high-scoring game. As our second pick for this matchup, over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed, subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.